Are you ready to shout at the devil? Then stay tuned because we're traveling back to a time when heavy metal, big hair, and satanic panic ruled the world with Shock 'em Dead in today's Horror Geek Review. In the annals of low-budget shot-on-video horror, 1990's Shock 'em Dead would be completely forgettable if not for one reason. The production got Traci Lords to star in it. Lords, who'd left the adult film industry behind to make a run at mainstream stardom, was infamous, and her name on the marquee gave Shock 'em Dead instant notoriety, which has made this shot-on-video oddity a minor cult film. But we'll talk more about that in a bit. Oh, and before we dive in, a quick note. Shock 'em Dead is available on Blu-ray from Olive Films. However, it's not a true HD remaster. The original film prints are apparently long gone, so this is basically an upgraded VHS copy. As such, the quality of the clips here is not perfect, and it's in a 4:3 aspect ratio. My apologies. And now with that crap out of the way, let's get to the plot breakdown. Things kick off with this sweet-ass title card. Jesus, look at that thing. It's like something you'd make in computer class with MS Paint back in 7th grade. I'm also not sure what's up with these credits either. You know, there's actually a way to superimpose words on the image. Okay, so this is funny. I only knew Stephen Quadros from his performance in this film, but it turns out he's now actually known as a respected MMA announcer. See? Being in a B-movie doesn't kill your career. Ah yes, the hard rock stylings of Spastic Colon. Fun fact, they actually wanted to name their band All Sort of Colitis, but that name was already taken. So, the guys in Spastic Colon are doing a showcase in hopes of landing the opening act slot on the new Creeping Flesh tour. Unfortunately, they don't have a guitarist.
All right, guys, the next one's almost ready. He's in the bathroom tuning up. You better hope we get lucky. We've only got 2 more left.
Running out of options, they call Martin, a nerdy guy who spends most of his time working a dead-end job at some dump called the Pizza Playhouse. Here, he's berated regularly by Aldo Ray.
Here at the Pizza Playhouse, we do things one way, the right way.
Ray would sadly pass not long after appearing in this film. Martin's job isn't all bad, though. He's got this handy pepperoni peephole where he can spy on his co-workers changing. Yeah, real classy, Martin. Anyway, Martin gets the call to come audition to be Spastic Colon's new lead guitarist. And it goes great.
Oh yeah, go baby, go! Hammer, do it, yeah!
Alright, I've seen guys with no hands who play guitar better than this dude. Oh, and we can't forget that Traci Lords is dating the bass player. He's got rock star dreams.
Look, I've got talent. Someday I'm gonna be somebody.
Yeah, probably the guy who starred in a direct-to-video movie with Traci Lords, and not the porny kind. With no job and a landlord who's evicting him, things are looking pretty bleak for Martin, but thank God the neighborhood voodoo lady has offered him anything his heart desires.
But you must understand, you are forfeiting your soul.
All right.
I love that when she tells him it'll cost him his soul, he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Next thing you know, wannabe Miss Cleo is stabbing Martin with a dagger. That green stuff coming out of him is just gas from all that awful Pizza Playhouse pizza he's been eating. If that weren't enough, she then sticks a weird mask on his face, which somehow transports him to this set, which looks sort of like a low-rent version of every heavy metal album cover from the early 80s. Here, Angel meets the devil, who's got groupies and a bitchin' 2-necked guitar. The devil was played by guitar legend Michael Angelo Batio, who also played all the crazy guitar solo close-ups in this film. That's why you never see Stephen Quadros' hands in the guitar sequences. Look at that crazy movie magic. Angel wakes up in a giant house in a really fantastic wig. Too bad he's still got his nerdy clothes. Did your mom buy you those garanimals? This whole deal with the devil thing is paying off, though. He's got 3 groupies, he can play guitar like a god, and he's got a great wig. I mean, what's not to love? So now that he's the greatest guitar player in the world, he doesn't go out and start a band or join Metallica. No, Martin heads straight back to re-audition for Spastic Colon. Here, they're playing their #1 hit, Virgin Girl.
I'll wait till I'm married. Don't try to touch me, please.
What do you guys think of it?
It stinks.
That's negative energy, man.
To me, this is a bad career move on Martin's part. I mean, why not go audition for Irritable Bowel Syndrome? At least they've got a record deal. Martin earns the gig with some serious shreddage. And then invites everyone to party at his house where he tries to hook up with Traci Lords. Man, things are going great, right? We should all make deals with the devil. Well, not so fast. During the party, Miss Cleo shows up to tell Martin he can't eat food anymore. He's got to eat the spirits of people he's murdered.
Hey, this is unacceptable. That wasn't our deal.
Probably should have read the small print in the contract, Marty. For his first meal, Martin decides to go for Italian, and eats Aldo Ray. Too bad he's such a wimp that he needs one of his groupies to save him. His hunger satisfied, the next day they head to the showcase. Look, it's Joe Pesci as Liberace. To be honest, Martin's kind of a dick, which we see firsthand at the showcase. He basically kicks frontman Johnny Crack off the stage and takes over. Oh, and he murders him too, which is probably the biggest dick move of all. But you gotta admit, he's a better frontman.
I know that my baby slept with half the town.
No one else has ever sang I'm in love with a slut quite like that. All of Spastic Colon's songs were written for the movie, and they're purposely cheesy and awful, but they're oddly catchy too. The showcase is such a success that record execs are making offers. Look, it's Ric Flair! Woo! Martin shoots down the offers, much to record exec Ric Flair's disappointment. Woo! Martin then makes another move for Tracy Lords, but she's not having it.
I feel uncomfortable just being here. I gotta go.
The next day, they meet with the record execs again and sign. These guys make some big promises.
In 6 months, you're going to be the biggest rock and roll star in the whole world.
What Martin doesn't realize is that in 6 months, hair metal will be dead and everyone will be listening to Nirvana. This deal's probably worse than the one he signed with the Voodoo Lady. From here, the movie kind of loses its way a bit. Tracy Lords' boyfriend, the bass player with big dreams, figures out what Martin is, but he can't really do much about it. He does manage to kill one of the demonic groupies, though. Good God, look at those special effects. Calling them special might be overselling them a bit. He's too late to stop Martin from putting his big plan in motion, which apparently involves serenading a restrained Tracy Lords while she sits in a kiddie pool filled with cans of beer. Who said romance was dead? After swinging some axes, bass player with a dream slips Angel some intravenous food and boom, there goes his head. Cue happy ending, although I don't know if Tracy Lords and this guy are really going to work out for the long haul. But wait, there's more. Miss Cleo is still out there, and so are a lot of desperate musicians who are willing to make a deal with the devil for a shot at being a rock god. Alright, let's be honest. The only reason you're probably ever going to see Shock 'Em Dead is because a post-porn Tracy Lords is in it. And while the film features a ton of gratuitous nudity, none comes from Miss Lords. Lords had refused to do more on-screen nudity after her turn in Jim Wynorski's Not of This Earth remake. She was really committed to being taken seriously as an actress. What's perhaps more surprising is that Lords is the best actor in the film. No one's winning an Oscar for Shock 'Em Dead, which was originally called Rock 'Em Dead, by the way. That title made a lot more sense, come to think about it. But Lords is surprisingly good. Apparently, she wasn't the first choice for the part either. They initially wanted Linda Blair, but she was trying to escape from the horror genre. It's pretty clear that this was a labor of love for the creative team of Mark Freed, David Tedder, and Andrew Cross. The film was reportedly written in about 3 weeks and filmed in the same time frame. That's a quick turnaround, but it looks like everyone's having fun. And really, that's part of Shock 'Em Dead's charm. This is a dumb movie, but it embraces that stupidity and runs with it. It just wants to have a good time, because really, if you're going to be a rock star and make a deal with the devil for fame and fortune, you should have some fun, right? As I mentioned earlier, Shock 'Em Dead got a Blu-ray release back in 2015. While the image quality isn't as great as I might have hoped, they made up for it with the extras. This disc features commentary tracks, a cast reunion, audition tapes, and more. It's really pretty amazing that this tiny little film comes with all these extras. I can't imagine there ever being a more definitive version. Have you seen Shock 'Em Dead? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, why not help me out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel? I want to be a YouTube god, but I'm trying to avoid selling my soul to the creepy voodoo lady down the street to make it happen. Think of the good karma you'll get by saving me from the path to the dark side. And thanks to everyone who's already subscribed and supported the channel. You guys rock way harder than Spastic Colon. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.